In May 2022, a 16-year-old girl stood on stage as part of one of the biggest girl group debuts of the decade. She trained for years to get there, and then 18 days later, she was gone. No explanation video, just erased from the group's photos and videos, like she was never even there. For 4 years, nobody really knew what happened to her after that. While her old group went on to headline festivals and rack up billions of views, she just disappeared. But she's back, and the way she did it is something nobody saw coming. This week, that silence finally broke, and the way she came back is honestly one of the wildest comeback stories in K-pop. She didn't audition for anything. She didn't sign with another idol group. She built her way back, using a small, quiet YouTube channel that nobody even knew was hers. To understand why this new announcement is shaking up the industry so badly, we have to look at the sheer weight of what she is returning from. On April 5th, 2022, HYBE sublabel Source Music introduced Kim Garam as the second member of their new girl group, SSERAFIM. The reaction was huge. She had a strong, confident look, and she was set up as one of the group's main visuals. But almost immediately, an anonymous post online claimed Garam had bullied people in middle school. HYBE responded right away, saying the claims were false, and that Garam was actually the victim, not the bully. They even said they'd take legal action against the rumors. The group still debuted with the album Fearless, but the accusations did not go away. More posts kept surfacing. Photos, screenshots, claims about threatening messages. Then, on May 15th, someone leaked what looked like an official school disciplinary document with Garam's name on it, labeling her as a bully. That changed everything. Public opinion turned hard against her. 5 days later, on May 20th, Source Music pulled her from all group activities while they looked into it. SSERAFIM kept doing promotions as 5 members, with Garam's spot just left completely empty. At just 16 years old, she went from the pinnacle of global pop music to receiving extreme online backlash and severe threats. Garam eventually spoke for herself through a post on a friend's Instagram account. She said she never hit anyone, was never forced to switch schools, never drank or smoked, and never bullied anyone. Her version of the story was that she once confronted a classmate who was secretly sharing inappropriate photos of other students and that she swore at her during that confrontation. She admitted that was wrong, but said it wasn't the violent bullying she was being accused of. It didn't matter. On July 20th, 2022, HYBE and Source Music announced they were ending her contract completely. She was out of the group, out of the company, and basically out of the industry. While all of that was happening, Garam herself was mostly silent, but now we know what she was actually doing with her time. In 2024, she enrolled at Konkuk University, majoring in media acting. That means she made a real, formal decision to train as an actor. She wasn't just sitting around, waiting for K-pop to call her back. Then in March of this year, she quietly started a YouTube channel called Garam Only. There was no big reveal, just simple videos. It was her studying at the library, doing everyday routines, sitting in a practice room with a guitar she was teaching herself to play. She was also reportedly studying English and Japanese on her own, with an eye on working internationally down the line. It wasn't a comeback attempt dressed up as content. It looked more like someone just documenting their actual life while they rebuilt it one small video at a time. Which brings us to June 2026. Management Koo, an agency known for serious acting talent like Ha Suk-jin and Lee Yo-won, announced they had signed Garam to an exclusive contract. Not a K-pop deal, an acting deal. And here's the part that makes this story land so well. The agency said they didn't scout her through an audition or an industry connection. They said they'd been watching her YouTube channel for a while and were impressed by how hard she was working and how much she'd grown. In their official statement, Management Koo revealed they had consistently followed her YouTube activities. They were deeply impressed by her limitless potential and her sincere attitude. They said the most important factor behind their decision to sign this exclusive contract was seeing her relentless daily effort and continuous self-improvement in pursuit of her dream. The agency added that Garam invests most of her day in preparation and self-development to fulfill her earnest dream of becoming an actress. They highly value her attitude of constantly striving to make up for her shortcomings, and after in-depth internal discussions, they are convinced she possesses immense potential and limitless room for growth. So the quiet, low-key channel she started with zero promotion ended up being the exact thing that got her noticed by a real agency. Fans are already losing their minds over this. Many people believe this means we haven't heard the last of Garam's vocals. The biggest theory right now is that she won't just act in K-dramas. She will likely sing the official soundtracks for them, too. It is the absolute perfect way for her to slide back into the music world without the stress of being a pop idol again. Now, naturally, this has split opinion right down the middle. Some people in Korea are still firmly against her. They don't think the leaked documents change anything, and they're calling for a boycott of her acting career before it even starts. Other people are pointing out that plenty of working actresses have their own old controversies and nobody boycotts them, so why is Garam treated differently? And then there's a third group. They're saying her case was always more complicated than people gave it credit for. A 16-year-old losing her entire dream over allegations that, looking back, weren't as clear-cut as they seemed at the time. International fans, for the most part, never really left her corner. A lot of them them are calling this exact moment turning a quiet YouTube channel into a real acting contract. Proof that she did this the hard way, without needing the company that dropped her. She's not coming back to music, at least not officially, but you can expect to start seeing her name attached to K-drama casting announcements before too long. So tell me, do you think this redemption arc is deserved, or do you think it's still too soon? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Subscribe if you want more deep dives like this one.